Born and raised in Iran, Elnaz Hajtamiri married Farnam Shaporafar, a veterinarian, after completing her bachelor's in international insurance. She loved her husband and was devastated when her husband passed away after a brief illness in 2017. She paid tribute to him by building a school for young girls in a remote village. Elnaz relocated to Canada in 2018 and worked in the import-export sector there. She had a reputation for being compassionate, helping those in need, and volunteering for nonprofits. She had established her own bakery business and was reported to have been living a peaceful life in Richmond Hill, Ontario, prior to the circumstances that led to her kidnapping. Elnaz was attacked by two people on December 20 or 21 of 2021 while she was in her condo building's underground parking garage located on King William Crescent. A friend who was sitting in Elnaz's car said that the men hit her in the head with a frying pan, leading to an injury requiring about 40 stitches. Additionally, one of them recorded the assault on their cell phone. The criminals immediately fled in a vehicle. The vehicle was later discovered to be stolen from Toronto's Finch Avenue and Dunn Mills Road neighborhood. Investigators have examined it since it was found and have gathered information they believe will help the investigation. Following the assault, York Regional Police officers confiscated a tracking device they discovered on Elnaz's leased Lexus. Workers at the dealership she took the car to discovered two additional similar devices during standard maintenance that November, making this the third such device discovered on the vehicle. Elnaz called the police to report what she had found because she thought she was being followed. Elnaz relocated to a relative's house on Trailwood Place in Wasaga Beach, Ontario, out of concern for her safety. On January 10, 2022, she traveled back to the Greater Toronto Area after 3 weeks of trouble-free stay at her relative's place. She took her car, smartphone, and computer, which had been taken by police to look for tracking devices, back to her relative's home. Devin Baines, the family's attorney, asserts that there are doubts about whether investigators had enough time to thoroughly investigate her belongings for such devices and software. On January 12, 2022, at around 8:30 p.m., 3 black males wearing police uniforms arrived at the Wasaga Beach apartment where Elnaz was staying. They asserted that they had a warrant out for her arrest. When the homeowner attempted to phone 911 after growing suspicious, the men then forcefully entered the home and abducted Elnaz. While screaming and dropping her smartphone, they dragged her barefoot through the snow as they ran to their white Lexus RX. Right before they pushed Elnaz into the SUV, she became quiet. Witnesses said that the car stayed at the area for around a minute before speeding away. Investigators claim that the men were not wearing proper police uniforms. Mohammed Lillo, 34, Elnaz's ex-boyfriend, was detained and accused with criminal harassment on January 21, 2022, by the Huronia West Detachment of the Ontario Provincial Police. The couple had split up in October 2021, and Lillo had been harassing Elnaz in the weeks before her kidnapping. One such event occurred on November 19, 2021, when he unexpectedly showed up at her Richmond Hill condo. Officers were called to the area and told Mohammed not to come back to the building. On January 25, 2022, Lillo was released on bail. He is not permitted to go to Wasaga Beach as part of the terms of his bond. Elnaz's family's attorney has questioned York Regional Police publicly if they went far enough to provide Elnaz protection before her kidnapping. He told the reporters during a press conference that the family, just like the rest of the public, is aware that whatever steps were taken to protect Elnaz were a complete failure. He claims that the Wasaga Beach home she was living at should have been under surveillance or offered protection by the police. Baines is currently heading the investigation in this case. He is working in collaboration with regional police and Tom Klatt, a former forensic investigator who collaborated with the Toronto Police Service on the probe into the deaths of Honey and Barry Sherman. The investigators believe that the attack on Elnaz's in December 2021 and her kidnapping are connected. The police have made a request for information about the two suspects, who are both thought to be between the ages of 25 and 30. A male was 6'2" tall with a medium physique and short brown hair. He wore a surgical mask, dark pants, and a puffy camouflage jacket. The second man had a medium physique and stood 5'10". He too wore a surgical mask and a dark hooded jacket. Elnaz's family established a significant social media campaign in an effort to spread awareness about the issue. They started the Bring Elnaz Home hashtag on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As of yet, no one has been detained by investigators in relation to Elnaz's kidnapping. All investigating parties have been relatively careful about their statements in public and new information, including whether or not Elnaz and her kidnappers knew one another. The family's attorney insists there is currently no evidence to suggest Elnaz isn't still alive. On January 12, 2022, Elnaz Hadjamiri was kidnapped from a relative's house on Trailwood Place in Wasaga Beach, Ontario, Canada. She was last seen in a long-sleeve top and black and gray leggings. She was 37 years old. She was 5'7" tall, had a thin body, and had black hair that was cut to the shoulder when she was kidnapped. She may still have a scar over her hairline and on her forehead from the attack in December 2021. Those with information regarding the case are requested to contact the Ontario Provincial Police.